Last weekend, I had two choices. Watch Crimes of the Future, directed by David Cronenberg and starring Viggo Mortensen.
That will guide us into the heart of darkness.
Or see Watcher, directed by Chloe Okuno and starring Micah Monroe. I thought I made the obvious and right gamble by picking Crimes of the Future.
I lost. Now I rest.
Okay. I'm just being dramatic. Crimes of the Future is not a bad movie. However, it is not a horror movie. Don't listen to IMDb or Google. 7 Feet Under won't mislead you. Crimes of the Future is a drama set in the future where regular human biology is either changing or dying, and body mutilation is the new norm in art and sex. Ergo, there is body horror in this movie, no actual horror. Let me explain. Crimes of the Future is set in one of the more depressing of futures. Human physiology is just a mess. They can barely feel pain and grow tumors at an alarming rate. So, in order to feel things, they have to go to extreme levels. And at the same time, everyone wants to be a performing artist. When you combine the two, what do you get? Well, you get people performing serious surgeries on themselves or others in front of crowds. Enter our main characters, Saul and Caprice. In the performing arts world, they are unique and seen in high regard because their acts are really out there, mostly because of Saul's body. I won't spoil the act because it is an important part of the story, but I will clarify. The art performances in this movie is where all of the body horror parts of this movie are. They are not trying to scare you. That is why this isn't a horror movie. I recently got into an argument with someone about this. To try to scare someone is objective. Whether or not you find it scary is subjective. A movie full of jump scares is trying to scare you. That is objective. Whether or not you find jump scares scary is subjective. Crimes of the Future is just a bleak, dramatic interpretation of what the future may look like, and it is pretty interesting. Like, people have to resort to these special motion beds to shape and rock their bodies so that they can be comfortable enough to fall asleep. Some people can't even consume or digest food on their own, so they have to sit in these motion chairs that helps move the food in their bodies. It sounds like a shitty existence. But there is a bit of mystery and political motive going on, and it is a good movie. Not one that I would recommend to every kind of person, mostly because it is not an exciting movie. Not a lot of fast-paced things happen. When it comes to speed, the pacing is middle tier, so unless you really want to see the new Cronenberg movie, you might be bored while watching this. To borrow the rating system of Joe Bob Briggs, I'd give this movie an 8 out of 10 with 6 tits. Now I'll go a bit deeper, so feel free to bounce if you don't want spoilers. The movie seems so evenly cut with all of the plot points that it's hard to pinpoint the main focus. There is the performing art world and the underground beauty pageant, and it didn't seem explained well enough of why that had to be a secret thing. There is the government working along with the organ registry people, which kind of ties into the plastic leader and his goal of going public with humans evolving to eat the prosthetics and the plastics that they've been spending decades just producing. Which is a cool idea. Then you have the twist that Saul is an undercover cop, and the technicians duo that are either government assassins or anti-plastic people. By the way, them killing people with old shitty power drills is fucking stupid. I get that those things are quieter than guns, but I scoffed pretty loudly when I saw these delicate women grab a drill and one-handed instantly drill holes into the back of the skull of the plastic guy. Was there no one on set that had actual experience with power drills? I'll just show this clip instead of breaking down why this is bullshit.
It's not going anywhere.
Bone's harder than wood. Lean into it.
Skull's only a quarter-inch thick.
Once you're midway through, drill in shorter bursts.
Come out the other side. You've gone too far.
Okay, now what? Now what?
There is also this scene where they are working on a surgical bed with Caprice in the room, and they surprise her by stripping down. Good thing they're hot, because could you imagine if they looked like actual technicians or just, blue-collared women? The movie has a nice artsy ending with Saul having such a hard time eating that he eats a plastic bar and cries as it goes down smoothly. If the future of us is eating plastic, imagine what our shits would be like. What? There's no way I'm the only person who's actually thought of that. Anyways, it's a good movie, but I wish there was more body horror and less futuristic political drama. Thanks for watching. Stay spooky.